The economy and Republicans will suffer if we don't face up to the growing immigration crisis. Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times. President Trump pulled off a miraculous achievement by shutting our once open border within months of resuming office. So much for the Democrats whining that this was a problem that would take years to resolve. And he has won wide praise in relentlessly pursuing and deporting gang members and other criminals who illegally got into our country. But now comes a different, more difficult challenge: what to do about the millions who entered the U.S. illegally. Not just those who came in during the Biden administration, but also those who have resided here for years, even decades. Most have been otherwise law-abiding and have sunk deep roots here. Then there are those, estimated to be about 2.5 million, who are brought here as minors by their parents and are referred to as the Dreamers. The impact of broader sweeps to catch and deport illegals who are not otherwise lawbreakers is starting to impact parts of the economy, most notably agriculture, construction, and hospitality. The president himself has said he doesn't want to harm our nation's farmers. If crops and fruits are partially harvested, food prices will go up. This makes for rotten politics. The residential force, such as house cleaners, landscapers, and aides for the elderly, will be increasingly affected as well. The public will react more and more negatively to mass arrests of immigrants who have been law-abiding other than entering the country illegally. President Trump has the need and credibility to make several moves to deal with this situation. Concerning the Dreamers, the president should push legislation to make them permanent residents and end the endless uncertainty. Many now are raising families and pursuing careers. They wouldn't have the right to vote. Dealing positively with this particular issue has broad-based support. Work programs should be enacted for agriculture, construction, and perhaps service industries whereby immigrants could legally come into the country and work in areas where they're needed for periods of time. The need for skilled people here is real. That's why H-1B visas for high-tech immigrants should be simplified. Arbitrary caps should be removed. Let the number be determined by actual need. We badly need a scalpel approach on would-be students from other nations instead of the current blunderbuss methods. We don't want to lose future talent to other countries. Almost half of our largest countries were founded by immigrants or the children of immigrants. For the millions of current illegal residents, an approach should be devised where they could apply for at least a temporary residency by paying a fine and/or showing they have paid taxes, particularly payroll taxes for Social Security and Medicare. Of course, they cannot have a criminal record. For the million or so people who, in the words of the administration, have self-deported, they could be allowed to apply to come to the U.S. again, but go through the legal process like every other would-be resident. All this naturally underscores the need to drastically simplify our current immigration system. People who play by the rules can find themselves in limbo for years. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening. Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.